Hardball is one of those movies that just brings back a lot of memories. I remember watching this movie when I was 10, 11 years old, and it's a movie that it's more than just baseball. It has a lot of good messages. It shows how one selfish person can turn into an unselfish person when this person starts coaching a bunch of little league players, African American players, in a very tough environment in Chicago. And his name is Connor, played by Keanu Reeves. And his character, he's a sports gambler. He is a guy that he's uninspired. He's a very uninspired person. He's not a great example, but again, he changes his attitude, changes his mentality when he starts coaching these kids, and he fell in love with those kids. So, and then you have the relationship with him and Diane Lane, who plays a school teacher. One of the things I wish if it were up to me, one of the things I would fix the script is to focus less on Keanu Reeves' gambling problems and a little more on the sports side, and bring more of that chemistry between him and Diane Lane's character. I feel that their romance could have been much more better written. So I think from a script standpoint, it was weak, but the acting was on point. The casting was phenomenal. I mean, it's a movie that has a lot of heartfelt moments, and especially in Act 3. G Baby's death, it just cuts you deeply inside. And he was the most standout character out of all of those kids in that cast. We also have an unknown Michael B. Jordan in this movie. He does a good job for the amount of screen time that he had, and he went on to become the most successful actor out of that cast, the Little League cast. And Michael B. Jordan's character, he went from this kid who was playing on the team to a kid that he couldn't be on the team anymore because of his age. And you just saw him that he went into a very bad direction. He went to a down path, joining a gang in Chicago. And there's just, and it happens in real life. There's people that they can't take rejection well. They can't take denial well. That's why it's very important that you gotta build your mental toughness, because you're gonna get a lot of no's. You're gonna get a lot of rejections, a lot of firing. There's gonna be denial no matter what in life. That's why you gotta be mentally tough, prepared for that. And we also have Sammy Sosa, who made a cameo appearance, and this was Sammy Sosa in the peak of his career. So what he was doing from '98 to 2002 was bananas. So steroids or not, he made the game fun. I don't condone athletes taking steroids, but he was one of those guys that made baseball must see. He was fun, and he had the personality to go along with it. So you have that, but Keanu Reeves, I mean, he was good playing this this jerk, this low life, just focus on gambling and not focusing on what most important thing. But Keanu Reeves does a good job, and I just like the transformation of his character. That's one thing that I give the writers a lot of credit. Him going from this person to that person. But I just felt like as the movie as a whole, the script was weak. It could have been much more better. And the directing, yeah, I'm 50-50 about it. But what I liked the most of this movie was the acting, all around acting. The casting was on point. Um, the messages, the themes. I like the whole Big Papa song. You know, you had a picture. He had his headphones on, and that would get him in the rhythm, in the mood of pitching a great game. So I like the whole Biggie's Big Papa song reference in this movie. But yeah, Hardball. I mean, I don't know what critics were thinking, but I wouldn't go. I wouldn't um, give that harsh of a review of a movie, because you got to understand what these characters go through, and we see this in real life of what these young men go through, these kids go through, what people go through in life. So, but I like the message. I like the message, and I feel like without that last scene with G Baby's death and the funeral and the team coming together and winning a championship, without that, the movie would have not been as watchable as it was. So my review for Hardball from 1 through 5, I'll give it a respectable 3.9 out of 5 stars. It's one of those movies that I could watch at any time. I might watch it tonight. But I just love sports movies. Love sports movies. And if it's baseball, forget about it. I mean, hey, I have a baseball jersey on. My podcast, Baseball Heat Podcast with Mike. Make sure you follow it on Spotify. But yeah, I just felt like saying that. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless you all.